Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, come in again. You're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last little mini-series on the TV show Glee. We looked at the rise to fame with those characters, and last time we looked at Corey Monteith, rest in peace. So I trust you found those encouraging. We're going from there to a guy that was born in 1936, Billstown, Arkansas. This guy is a country music legend. In fact, this guy is country music pretty much. Very, very good guitarist. And we're going to get onto some of the clips he's been playing guitar in a minute. Singer, songwriter, actor, and TV host. The guy we're talking about is Glen Campbell. He got given a guitar at the age of 4, and certainly in that up to the age of 20 or so, he just developed his guitar playing. This guy was not trained. He picked it all up himself, which just makes this guy even more amazing when you watch him in action. In 1954, about the age of 17, he joined Dick Beals and the Sardinian Mountain Boys and sort of cut his chops there. In 1958, thought, well, I can do this thing myself, and he formed the Western Wranglers. And then around 1960, he moved to Los Angeles. He thought, well, I'm going to have a bit of a career here. I might as well give it a bit of a go. So I'm going to move to where all the action is, Los Angeles. And he was a very sought-after session guitarist with bands such as the Beach Boys. In fact, while Brian Wilson was having a bit of a rest, Glen actually filled in for him. So that's pretty high honour indeed right there. Frank Sinatra, plus many, many other legends indeed. It was around 1961, Glen was signed to Crust Records. And it was from then on in that he pretty well has established himself as a solo career. Between 1962 and 2019, 64 studio albums, 7 live albums. That's a lot of albums. That's almost one a year, 127 compilation albums, as you'd expect for a career this length. 115 singles, 4 soundtracks, 17 number 1 singles, a number of gold, platinum, double platinum albums. Glen's estimated to have sold around 50 million albums, which makes him one of the highest country music artists of all time. Glen has actually received 10 Grammy Awards from a stack of nominations, including a few of his songs that have gone to the Hall of Fame there. 10 Academy of Country Music Awards. He's received some Dove Awards as well, 3 American Music Awards. 2005, he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. 2012, the Country Performing Arts Hall of Fame. 2014, the Hollywood in Me Lifetime Achievement Award. That's the Lifetime Academy. Glen did leave us in 2017 at the age of 81. There's a pretty amazing clip on YouTube of him playing in the last few months of his life. He had it right up until the end. Dementia was the thing that ended up killing Glen, unfortunately. There were a stack of accolades and tributes from all over the music industry when he died, just giving praise to this guy that pretty paved the way for so many people after him. But the best way to experience Glen Campbell is to look at the clips, and we do have a few below. Let's start off with one of his breakout sets, By the Time I Get to Phoenix, She'll Be Crying. This song is so slow, so spacious, and it requires a delivery which is so tender, so forceful, because there are some interesting lyrics in this song about having to leave her again. But it's a classic case of you need a voice to be able to deliver a song as timeless as this one, and Glen Campbell absolutely has done that. So we've got a live version of that one from 1972. Now, I did mention that he was a very, very good guitarist. This guy, extremely good. We're talking about virtuoso almost here. One of his iconic songs, Galveston. So we've got a live version of that, and you see a bit of Glen Campbell's guitar work here. Just watch how it goes here. This guy's been analysed by guys such as Philip Wings of Pegasus, and basically just saying that his technique is unparalleled in the way that he can just make the guitar sing and do what it needs to do. So we've got Galveston, that's a live version. Now, a song I probably want to focus on today is Try a Little Kindness. There's a TV clip of that one below. It's pretty well live, this one. Again, we see a bit more of Glen's guitar playing right here. Now, if you know me and you know my channel, you know this is the song I was going to go to. Why? When you see a brother walking down the road with a heavy load from the seeds he sowed, we see his sister falling by the way, do you stop and say, have a nice day? No, we don't. You know, we need more than that. If you're that brother with a heavy load, or if you're the sister who was falling by the way, you want someone to actually stop and find out how you were going. It's not about try a lot of kindness, it's try a little kindness. So the concept is, you know, we don't sort of go into our day saying, I'm going to be kind today. What actually happens is just as people walk down the street, you don't look for people who need kindness. You kind of just smile at people. You might engage people in conversation. You know, if someone's walking a dog, you say, that's a nice dog. Whatever it is, try a little kindness is really, really important, because you know what? The world needs a bit of it at the moment. You know, and when you think, well, how can my little bit of kindness make any difference in the world? Trust me, it can. I remember I was just rang someone earlier today, about 12 months ago. Things were a bit of a challenge for me, and I just rang, and she was the first person I reached out to. And I was able to tell her how her kindness and compassion really got me through quite a tricky time. And of course, most people who are kind don't realise they've done anything, but I had to say, hey, look, no, you saved my life that day, because not physically, but in other ways. And so it was nice, she was nice to hear 12 months down the track how things were going and all the rest of it. So, you know what, try a little kindness. It does not hurt. In fact, to take it from a totally selfish perspective, it makes you feel good. So there we go. We get selfishness into kindness. You know, often we think, well, I'm not going to be kind. Well, I might try to be kind, or maybe I won't, or maybe I will. But look at it from a selfish perspective. Do you want to feel better about the world? Do you want to have a smile in your face, a bit of warmth in your heart? Try a little kindness. It really, really works. And you know, you might change somebody's day. Someone might be having a pretty horrible day, and next minute you've changed their life because you smiled at them. Or someone might be really, really struggling with something, and you say, oh, how are you going? And say, well, actually, it's a bit of a thing at the moment. You know how it goes. How are you? Oh, fine, thanks. Well, sometimes people want to say more than that. They want to say, well, actually, yeah, tell you what, it's a bit of a thing. You've got a minute. And that's an opportunity for us to try a little kindness. So this is probably the first song I heard of Glen Campbell. And, you know, absolutely cool to the world at that point in the 1970s of trying a little kindness. Now, a few more songs of Glen's. Now, when you think about Glen Campbell, you also think Rhinestone Cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. I want to see my name up in lights. He was starting to get a bit of notoriety at this point, and I suppose he just wanted to push that one step further. It's all right to say to want to be a Rhinestone Cowboy, because this guy's pretty measured and pretty centered as well. But basically telling the world, hey, look, world, I've got something to offer, and here I come. So we've got the iconic Rhinestone Cowboy live version of that one. Then there's something a bit different. We've got Southern Nights. There's a live version from 1977, a bit of a different feel for Glen Campbell, a bit lighter and a bit breezier. Have you ever felt the Southern Nights, you know, and everything that goes along with that one? Such vivid imagery in that particular song. And then I thought I'd finish off with McArthur Park. Now, I didn't think Glen Campbell sang this one, but looking at him a little bit more, he did have a big collaborative relationship with Jimmy Webb, who of course wrote this song. This is sung by such iconic people as Donna Summer. This is an iconic song. And when you add, I think Jimmy Webb's actually in this clip, when you add a bit of Glen's guitar playing in there, when things hot up, there's some really, really complicated chords going on here. Trust me, from someone who plays the piano and has tried to play these chords, they are very, very difficult chords indeed, and just totally out of the blue. So to be able to pick up these chords on guitar is pretty, pretty amazing. So we've got a live version of McArthur Park. So the links to those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips are in the description below, and also included my last video on my tribute to Corey Monteith from Glee. If you want to recap on that one, feel free. Well, what can we say about Glen Campbell? He really did bring the world along with him for the ride. Glen Campbell galvanised and or Galvestonized the world of country music. Absolutely. This guy's a country music legend. Certainly deserves all the accolades he's received and the tributes after his death, because he changed music forever, this guy. And because of that, the world will always have a soft spot for him. And you know, he was country music, this guy, and the world and country music in particular owes a lot to this guy for what he brought to it. So I trust you found this all encouraging today. You know, if you think about Rhinestone Cowboy, you know, think about I'm a Rhinestone Cowboy, or I'm a ... What can you tell the world that you are in a way that makes the world stand up and notice? This is well and truly what Glen Campbell did. Well, thanks for hanging around with me today. That's it for today. Next time, if you have come back for another one, this is your first time, the Life Reflection Through Music, thank you to everybody for being here. Next time, we're going to get on to Eagles legend Glenn Frey in his solo career. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.